Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I am so excited to show you this. You have no idea. Basically here, welcome back to another stream, boys and girls. Welcome back to an early access stream. Thank you to iRacing, courtesy of iRacing. Thank you so much to them for allowing me to have early access to the build. Now, before we get things underway, as I always say in these streams, remember, this is early access. This is an early build. Not everything's going to be 100%. There's easily a chance that we are going to run into bugs, issues, that kind of stuff. It's going to happen, okay? It's fine. It's early access. They're still working through things right now and all that good stuff. But I have some news to break. I have some news to break here. Like, I think other streamers have had the ability to say it, but I don't think they've looked through the notes to quite understand how big of an update I think this is, personally, okay? Now, as you could see on my screen, you'd be thinking to yourself, what's going on here? I'm going to go in the BMW M4 GT3, and I'm going to go to Brands Hatch Indy Circuit.
Let's go.
All right? Okay? I am just going to show you something, and it's not all singing and dancing. It's not all singing and dancing. It's not something people have been... Well, I know people have asked about it. I've asked for it. Many of my friends have asked for it, shall we say. But it's not something that I've seen people shout about or iRacing say anything big about it yet, because obviously the new stuff is it's the cars, it's the tracks or whatever. But this to me beats any other content. And I know this is crazy. I'm going to wait to see how long it's going to take you guys to figure it out. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. The track map's there. That's cool. That is cool. Look, you can edit that. I can move that there. Look, we've got a track map now, boys and girls. Look at that. That is very cool. That is very cool. But what I'm about to show you... okay? What I'm about to show you, for me personally, is better than any content update you can give. Just wait. Just gonna pop myself back into the pits.
Boxing in 5, 3.
I'm going to wait to see who notices it first.
Right here.
Keep an eye on the screen. As of next season, if it is not an IMSA branded series, tyres and fuel are separate. Now, you see what I mean? For me, that is huge. Global and default brandings. GT3s, GT4s. Let me just double check exactly what the other ones are. Bear with me. So, GT3s, GT4s, GTPs, TCRs, M2, P2, P3, P Cup. All of those cars, by default, tires and fuel will be separate.
You know what that is? Simply lovely.
If applied to things like the GT3 series, like the GT Sprint, that will make the endurance series much, much better. Even the Sprint, because just fuel and tires being separate will be massive. Massive. IMSA is still the same. 6 Hours of Glen, that's an IMSA series, so that will still be the same. As for Spa, I don't know what will happen with Spa. I don't know if it will be... I don't know what will happen there, because Spa is, as far as I'm aware, not IMSA. So Spa 24 could be very, very interesting. Could add some serious strategy to it as well. Nords as well. So yeah, it's, for me, I know it seems minimal, and I know it's not, I don't think it's been mentioned. I don't know if anybody ever, I haven't tuned into any other streams, so I don't know, but for me, when I saw that in the notes, I was just like, okay, we are back. We're cooking. I know IMSA's got very specific rule sets, and I totally understand that, and that, that will stay, and that's what IMSA does. But the global default settings that aren't IMSA branded, fuel and tires for those series, those classes that I said, like GT3s, GT4s, TCRs, P Cups, P2s, whatever. Bosh. Another thing as well. I'll need to test this because, again, this is a rule branding. A rule branding for NEC. I'm not allowed to show you the notes. Right. So for NEC, tires and fuel are separate. They're still separate, but to become more in line with the NEC series in real life, fueling is at a much, much slower rate. I can't test this. I cannot test this because in this build, NEC is not an option for me. So I can't test that. But the fuel flow rate for NEC is much slower. So, unbelievable. So there's way more strategy now in NEC, and the fuel is much, much slower. But I can't show you it. I can only tell you about it. And there is something else I want to tell you. I feel like I want to tell you something else as well. And I've spent the last 24 hours desperately, and I mean desperately, trying to get this to work, right? Desperately trying to get this to work. What's my favorite car in iRacing? What's my favorite car in iRacing? The LMP2. Now, it can't, the way it's done is under series branding, okay? It's the LMP2. What could they possibly do to the LMP2, for all the LMP2 fans out there to absolutely love it, all right? Now, it won't be in official races, but it can be used in hosted, and it can be used in leagues. So it cannot be used in official races, but in leagues and hosted, like if you're hosting a league or, majors or anything like that, Do you remember the glory days? The glory days of 2017. Do you remember those days? You can apply a sports regulation rule in hosted and leagues called a WSC 2017. And that changes the LMP2 back to its original state. So it's back up to 600 horsepower. It's back to 8,700 RPM. And if you want the true original feel, you're allowed to take 30 kilos out of the car, but that is exactly how it was. Now, like I said, I want to show you this. I so desperately want to, and I've tried for the last 24 hours to get it there. But when I go to the LMP2, there is no option at the moment to change the regs in test drive. It's going to come, but it's not there yet. The reason I can show you the GT3 stuff is because, remember, by default and global settings, fuel and tyres for those things will be separate. But it's not P217, that whole power and weight and all that kind of stuff. That's not a global default. So I can't do it, unfortunately. It's one of those things, I can't quite do it at the moment. But I think for me personally, I know there's a lot of stuff going on. I know there's the M2, Laguna Seca, several track updates and all this kind of stuff. But for me personally, those updates there, where the GT3 stuff and fuel and tyres separate, you know, the original LMP2 coming back if you want to use it in leagues and stuff like that. Like, will all endurance races have tyres? No, so you got to remember, you got to remember what I said. Default global branding. If a series has a default global branding and it has GT3s, GT4s, TCRs, P-Cups, P2s, P3s, fuel and tyres will be separate. IMSA series, they will be exactly how they are now. They will be the same. So make sure, just remember that, all right? Just do remember. Don't go into next season thinking the opposite, because it will be different. Like I just showed you there, I went into a test drive, and yeah, that is exactly what happened. So yeah, I can't do anything about it. Nothing to do with limited tyre sets. Nothing to do with. To be fair, if that's global, not IMSA, it might work in the P2. I'll give it a quick try in the P2. It all depends. So it all depends if they apply those rules. So a big thing that's happening next season is that they have the ability to apply new sporting regs. All right. So there are like 6, 7, 8 different sporting regs iRacing can apply now. Okay. Normally it's just default or IMSA, but now there's like 7 or 8. And with these new classes, they can do things like fuel and tyres are separate, or TC has, you could do fuel and tyres together, but TC has to be disabled and all that kind of stuff. So it can be done. Now, this is default. So I'll go around again, but this might... I'll quickly take the fuel out. Because this is default. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. It might not... I don't know how this will... I know it works in GT3s, but I don't know about P2s. Right, we'll give it a go. In theory, you can get a new series similar to ELMS and ALMS. Yes. And Global Endurance Tour, fuel and tyres will be separate for IMSA Enduro. If Global Endurance Tour does not have the IMSA branding, then yes. So, for example, 24-hour series is returning next season. If by default it uses default branding or global branding and not IMSA branding, fuel and tyres will be separate. So we'll just quickly try the LMP2 now. I'm just going to try it. See if it does it. It should do, but we'll see. Again, I know it definitely works for GT3s, as you guys saw.
Pit boxing 10, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Right, here we go. As you see, by default, I've not changed it. I'm not running IMSA. I'm just on default. Fuel in first. Tyres second. There you go. So, again, because it's not IMSA, it's not an IMSA branded series test drive. Because it's just literally, I'm just in the P2. They're separate. I know there's lots of content and stuff, but this little change here, makes a huge difference to like the endurance stuff. It'll make a huge difference. Can you set the hosted sessions to do it or not? Yes. Right. So I can't show you the hosted page, so bear with me. But I'm gonna show you what it's gonna look like for you guys. So bear with me. I'm just gonna hide that now. Right. So because I'm not allowed to show you this specific page of the build, I cannot show you. I'm not allowed. So. Right. Okay. So, I can show you this bit. So, when you go on Creator Race, this is what I'm talking about. When you're unhosted. All right? As you go down, there's a new thing here. Series-specific sporting regulations and branding. Look at the list. There is a separate branding and rules for DTM, IMSA, Indy, NEC. You can do no ABS, no ABS TC, no TC. I don't know what PMNA is. I'm not quite sure, clued up on the rookie. But the WSC 2017 is the LMP2 in its original state. So back to 600 horsepower and 8,700 RPM. But that at the moment is only working hosted. And at the moment, hosted, funnily enough, is bugged in this build. So I can't, as much as I would love to sit here and say, watch this chat. I'm gonna show you exactly what this P2 looks like right now. I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like right now. I've set the rules up, blah 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 blah. So I'll even create a hosted and all that kind of stuff now, just to so you know. But yeah. I think Daytona is IMSA, isn't it? So they'll just run it as an IMSA thing. GT Endurance should be, again, these are all the new rules. These are all the new rules and regs. Whether they actually apply it to the official series, I don't know. I can't see why they wouldn't, because by default, that's what happens now with those series in test drive or whatever. So by default, they should be applied to it. I cannot guarantee you 1,000% that they are going to go, right, GT Sprint, GT Endurance, we're going to make it so it does the fuel and tire separate. But there's no way in my mind why they wouldn't. It makes total sense for them to do it. I don't know why they wouldn't. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this to work. So, yeah. Right, Right. Again, I've spoken to iRacing about this, and yeah, unfortunately, tried as they might, at the moment, this isn't working. So again, I'll show you. Look, so I've just created a hosting session. It's a practice lobby. There's only one car, which is me, P2, and I'm in a P217. I've got those rules applied. But what happens is it will start loading, and then it will get an error message saying the easy anti-cheat install isn't installed. So I can't do anything. Let channel closed. And here we go. Wait for it. You get stuck at 15%. Bosh. So unfortunately, I can't show you. That's why. So I can't show you that in action. Yeah. So as much as I would like to, unfortunately, I cannot. I cannot show you this. But like I said, there's gonna be a few issues. Anyways, right. Let's have a look at the. Have a look at the M2. We have a brand new look. We'll have a look at the M2, and there's a few little updates in there that I've got the notes to. Few little things that have been changed. I kind of gone in the background that no one's really mentioned too much. Like I said, that rule change for me is huge. Huge. M2 looking beautiful. Well, let's see, shall we? Right. Shall we give this... I've not shown you the new fuels thing yet, have I? Would you like to see the new fuel calculator? I put it somewhere where you can read it. Bosh. New fuel calculator. Just so you can see it right there. So that will be on your screen. Now, I believe from what I've read in the notes, I can't 100% confirm it, but the way the new fuel calculation will work... the way the new fuel calculation work, I think you need to do I think it's maybe a minimum of, here we go. So for fuel calculator to work, it needs to have at least 5% of the race time has passed or 10 minutes. So for it to fully work, to understand exactly what needs to happen. Yeah. This is the new dash, by the way. The wheel for me feels massive. Yeah. The wheel feels humongous. It looks absolutely huge. I don't know if I can look right here. Little dash on the right there. Jeez, big screen. Big screen. I know iRacing can't do anything about the sound. If the car... If that's the sound of the car, that's the sound of the car, but... Yeah, like... You see... That wheel, look. Right, should we give it a go? This is also the... this is Laguna Seca. So this is the newly updated, scanned, wham bam, thank you ma'am, Laguna Seca as well. We'll just go around. We'll go around slowly so you guys can see what it looks like. See how much more curve there is there. Green, look. Green Astro there. We'll put our foot down and see what happens. This immediately, to me, seems more user-friendly than the old M2. Right there as well. This does seem to handle much better. It's well under control. This seems very easy. This definitely seems more like a... dare I say it, a rookie car. People want to drive this. This is easy. Like, the rear doesn't want to step out at all. It's extremely planted. Front turns in nicely. Nothing really. Yeah. It's just very easy to drive, look. But 90% or more down there. Doesn't complain. How much faster this will be over a lap time? I really don't know. I wasn't much of a... I didn't really drive the old M2 much anyways, but I don't know how much quicker this new version of the M2 is. See the fuel calculator, by the way, coming in. Horrible sausage curve there. Yeah, it seems to be that you're going to get understeer way before you get oversteer. On the expanded version of the fuel calculator already. Yeah. I'd say though the track map looks pretty nice. The track map works actually pretty damn well. Did you guys want to see what the track map looks like with multi-class? I want to see the AI. The AI is very much bugged at the moment, so I can kind of get the AI to work in AI single player, but if I try and launch, like, you know when you go to like series lists and go race with the AI, that doesn't work at the moment. You make the track map the entire screen. I mean,
Let's go.
I mean, I suppose if you really wanted to, you could. Yeah, I suppose so. Subscribe there, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you wanted to. Fuel calculator as well, by the way, by looks of things. Very last 10 lap. Look at that. Stint usage, last 10 average, minimum usage, maximum usage, Joe target usage. Look, target laps. Look at that. Target usage lap. Green, white, checkered only. Joe fuel to the end. Look how good this is. Look how much customization there is in there. Look what you can do. That's you. I seriously do not think, as of now, I don't see why you'd need to use a fuel calculator. You know, third party. You know, that there's so much customization. I love the green, white, checkered stuff. You can do the attempts and stuff. The target, as long as you can spot or get access to this, mate, like, incredible. Make that much bigger as well to make things easy to read. I probably have that off my screen there, bottom left, so maybe not have it on the screen. But yeah, that's class. That's really, really, really good. But yeah, I like that a lot. So that is good. Lap time in there. Have lap time. Have lap time in the top left or something. Relative. Yeah. Bosh. Pretty cool, right? I don't know why, Jetro, but pin that message, mate. You may want to unpin that message because honestly, I may have a spasm with that message. There you go, thank you. I don't know why it's flickering like
You know what that is?
Sorry.
Simply lovely.
I what did it actually sound like? It's doing it again. You may just have to upload messages. Do it again. It's just it won't stop. Not the worst, not the best. I mean, the gear shifts sound pretty decent, don't they? The gear shifts sound pretty decent. And the pops, pretty nice. I am waiting to hear whether I can talk. I can show you the Euro NASCAR. Yay! I can show you Euro NASCAR. If you want to see it, I can show you it. But I wanted to quickly show you guys what this would look like. So you guys can see the so you can see the track map. And see what the track map looks like for multi-class racing. Right. Multi-pace car starts. Now, I have to be honest with you. I have to be honest with you about the safety cars. the multiple safety cars, they put in the notes it's touch and go whether it's going to be here for next season. I have done several, well, I've launched into several like kind of AI sessions, tried to see if it's enabled in this build, but it is not. So I would love to say, oh, hey guys, that multi-class racing, let's have a look at the several different multi-class cars. But I don't have, it's not in this build, so I can't. I can't show you it. No, it's not fixed. I don't know why it's doing it. It could just be my end, to be honest. Yeah, Elliot, I don't know. That loading thing on the right is cool, but I don't know if that's just because it's against AI. I don't know if I feel like when I tried to do a hosted, it was how it was normally, but I don't know. Right. So, let me just advance the session. This is just so you can see what the track looks like. The AI are going to be incredibly slow. Right. Session. Right. Yeah, unfortunately, as you can see there, it was just... It was just the one safety car.
One to go. Next time by.
I am
going to
edit.
Side. Everyone's gridded. Pit road is closed right now. One lap
Track
to green.
map. Make that bigger.
Catch up.
Just so you can
7,
see it.
sharp.
Now, class standings, driver name, or car
Catch
number.
up, 11, sharp.
Let's go.
Subscribe there, thank you very much. So you can see, as you can see, the safety car
Catch up, 11, sharp.
is PC. So it's classed on the map as the pace car. Bit loud, isn't it? I should turn the audio down a little bit. No multi-class start in this update. No, I can't show you that because it's not in this early access build that I've got. So I can't show you that. But I wanted to show you what the track map looks like.
Pace car is off. Be ready. Green, green, green. Right side. Clear on the right. Right side. Keep to the left. Still there. Keep to the left. You're in the middle. 3 wide. Hold your line.
Oh my god, they're so slow. This is scary slow.
Still there. Hold your line. On the right. 3 wide. Still there. Still there. Car on your left. 2 wide. Clear. Left side.
Must be like
Keep to the right.
the slowest AI set in
Clear
this.
on the left. Car on your left. Clear on the left. Car on your left.
The send.
Stay on the right. Clear on the left. Car on.
There you go. So you can see you get a good indication of what the new track map looks like. There you go.
Now in third.
We can have a little play around to see what actually, like, what it actually gives me. So if we click on Edit AI, UI, sorry, and then track map, widget options. This is what I've got for this. Width, height, opacity. I'm just gonna have like a background for it if you want. Mode, track map, mini map. That looks kind of sick. Can I just say that looks kind of sick? Black map. For the Oval fans out there. For the Oval fans out there that are, you know, started to do road racing again. I like, when these cars come through though, I thought that looked amazing. I actually thought that looked really good. Circle, not oval. Apologies. Let's have a look. Do you want to see what it looks? I want to see what the mini map looks like when the cars come past. I want to see what it looks like. There you go. I'm guessing that the red means you're lapped. I think the red indicates that they have lapped you. So I assume when it goes red, they've got like reds, yeah, red around the outside. That means they've lapped you. So at least on the track map, be able to see. You'll be able to see on the track map itself that is a lapped car. Does it go blue when you lap them? You would assume so. You would assume so. But yeah, the track map is cool. I think the track map is very cool, and the fuel calculator as well is very, very cool. Some very good quality of a life stuff. Right. I don't really understand the hype, but about 12 gazillion of you have asking for the Euro NASCAR. So I will see if I can load up a Euro NASCAR. Bear with me. Is Euro NASCAR got TC, has it? I don't think I can show you Coronado yet. No track map. I think you just had it, mate. It was to the right of my screen. Yeah. Watkins. I mean, to be fair, it's Euro NASCAR. It can be at any sort of oval. Well, it's a Euro NASCAR, isn't it? So it needs to be a European circuit, but it's very. As long as it, I don't want to get caught out here, but it's a little bit a Brands Hatch. Yeah, that would make sense. What on earth would this thing be like at Brands Hatch? At Brands yesterday, okay. We'll give it. We'll see what it's like then. I don't know if I've got my shifter set up, actually. I don't think so, Pedro, no. I don't think so. What are the official iRacing setups for this thing? There's a ring baseline wet and ringmeister. Let me see if I've got this shift. Try that. Whoa, look at the size of that track map. Whee! I suppose I could potentially. Guessing. I was. Put it like that. So. Right. Don't sound too bad. Give it a go, shall we? Force feedback seems very strong. This is force feedback 6%. Or at 6. The force feedback of this is strong for 6. Wow, okay. Seems like a more capable race car on the actual circuits rather than ovals. I'm no next gen expert because I don't race next gens on, you know, tracks like this, but oh, the brakes are still very rubbish. I don't know if they're next gen rubbish, but they're still very rubbish. I will say, the force feedback is very strong. You will not have to turn it up high. Fun car, though. Don't know how popular this is going to be.
Keep back, left of you.
ABS? We'll test that. Nope. No ABS. What I'll do next, I've just seen a comment about the pit speed limit. We can test that if you like. Right. Let's see. This thing actually got a pit speed limiter.
Pit stop team. 10, 5, 3, 2,
Very precise.
1. Right here.
That was very precise. A little bit stuttery at the start.
That's pit stop team. 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
He's fine, isn't it? Should we see how much I can take the mick out of it? Enter it correctly. Right, bear with me.
Pit stop team. 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
I kind of got away with that. I kind of got away with that. Don't get speed. Oh, I don't get speed penalty testing, do I? Of course not. Yeah. Let me go against the AI. Hang on. Of course, apologies. That was just something I've completely looked over. Apologies. Let me just see if I can quickly go against the AI then. See what happens when I go in the pits. I'll try this again. I'll try this. Rerun last race. I'll see what happens. See what this is like. Got no black flags. I went backwards on the track, didn't I? Numpty. GTP, yes. Do need to test the GTP BMW. Someone asked me earlier about a bop. I did vaguely see something about a bot, but you'll have to bear with me. I may have been losing me marbles on that one.
You know what that is? Simply lovely.
Hello there, thank you all. Welcome along. I don't think there actually is. Ah, so we were talking about the regulations. We were talking about the regulations, by the way.
Simply lovely.
And we saw a new regulations for the DTM series, right? The DTM series. Now, this is pretty cool for DTM. There it goes. DTM regulations will use ultra-fast 4-tyre pit stops. So those will be the DTM regulations. It could be the DTM series has a mandatory, yes. It's mandatory pit stops. But because there's 4 fast, when they can change the tyres that quickly. It's lol.
Let's go.
Subscribe there, thank you. I think the track map, the shapes on the track map change depending on what classes you're using. So I think the faster classes will be yellow, second class will be blue, third class red, etc, etc. I'll try and find out for you, Tomo. I'm about to find out the pit speed now, just how much I can take the mick. You can have a full static map. I see a lot of people complain, like, I think, hang on, let me change it to for static map, because I think a lot of you saying that you preferred it. Hang on. We go settings here. Track map. There you go. So you can just have it like that if you want. There you go.
Slow down. You got a penalty for cutting the course. They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time going.
All right, let's see what happens here. So as you can see,
The pit stop in 10, 5, 3, 2.
I think the fuel usage is. Ha! They fixed the fuel thing in the pit as well. I'm not. Yeah, I could just keep my foot down. What? I just keep my foot down. I don't have to worry about like just touching the throttle to make sure I don't use too much fuel. I just keep my foot down. Yeah, 0.9 to 0.8, but that is bugger all in the Daytona pit lane when it's that long. I'm gonna see how much I can take Mick out of the pit limits now. I'm gonna try and just stick at like 2 kph over. See where the limit is. Right, to take it off.
Pit box in 10.
I got that pretty much immediately, I think. I'll do it again, leaving the pits. Put it on. It's off. I got away with that one. That seemed to be okay, actually. I'm too close to the front of the pit lane, really. There you go. Stop and hold 26 seconds. I think the pit limit just works. But what's funny, what I noticed immediately, like that, it happened in the Euro NASCAR. It happened in this as well. It's like it's like it takes just a couple of seconds for it to go. This is the speed it needs to be.
You know what that is? Simply lovely.
Right. I might try and speed into the pits a little bit here and see what happens. It can do, Lucas. I think I got damage on the car now. So, and if you want to see, hang on. There you go. Just a little bit more for you.
Clear. You've got wheel damage.
You've got wheel damage. Look, if I put it on now, it doesn't. It's nowhere near as bad as what it was. Again, I didn't look. There it is. I need to speed. I need to actually probably speed in the pits. Can I just get rid of my own penalties here?
You know what that is?
Am I the admin to make things easier?
Simply
So I don't have to keep doing
lovely.
this? AI race. I don't. Oh, I can. Right. Hang on. I can actually just do that. That'll make things so much easier. Car damage. There you go.
They're showing us the black flag. They say you cut the course. They're going to hold you for a while. Let's make sure we rejoin safely. Car approaching, keep left. You've got the black flag. You didn't exit the pit safely. They're going to hold you for a while.
Right.
Slow down. You got a penalty for cutting the course. You got damage on the front end.
Just want to speed, but just a little bit. So if I can get away with that.
Pit box in 10,
It's tight, but you can get away with that.
5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
There's a little bit of leniency still in there.
All the damage is repairable.
There's a little bit of leniency still in there. Hang on. IMSA branded session, but it still changed the tyres after fueling.
Go, go, go!
Yeah, so again, for anybody who's just joined, by default, so like series branding wise on iRacing, by default, it's just the series branding on iRacing, right? You have default and global, which is what you have normally. IMSA is a separate thing, right? IMSA branding is where you have the fuel and tires done at the same time. As of next season, if it is the default global settings, so if you're just in GT3 or GT4 or anything like that, fuel and tires will be separate. Fuel and tires will be separate. So if they apply those default global settings to GT Sprint, GT Endurance, GT4 stuff, your tires and fuel will be separate. I don't know what will happen with Spa 24 hour. Fuel and tires could be separate, add way more strategy to the thing. But it can, yeah, it is done. And also, for anybody who didn't hear the news as well, for NEC, the fuel refill should be dramatically slower. Should be dramatically slower. I'll see if I can pin that, Xander. Thank you. I wonder if they're... Let me see. Is there... Right. Let me see if there is one. Bear with me. I don't think it has flags like an eye overlay. No, I don't think it does. Right, bear with me. Let's just hide that for now because I can... Right. There's an NEC here. But I don't know if it's going to have the NEC branding. Therefore, the refuel is going to be way, way, way slower. Like it's supposedly going to be. So I might just quickly test drive this. I might just quickly test drive this and see if this has the new sports branding applied to it so that we could see how much slower the fuel refill is. Let me see if I can try this. Let's just see what happens. Can you test the regulation sets of test drives? On test drive, by default, it uses the default and global settings. Supposedly, in a future update, you can just go on test drive and change the sporting regulations. So if you wanted to go and drive the LMP2 at Le Mans with the 2017 reg, so with 600 horsepower, 30 kilos taken off, and the RPM back to 8,700, you could do that. Unfortunately, it is not in this build, and I desperately wanted to try it because I just love the LMP2 and I so wanted it to work, but it's just not something I can do, unfortunately. I'm not worried about the black flag. I want to see the refuel rate here to see if it's got it. I want to see if the refuel rate is slow. Go this way and then turn around. I want to see if it's got the NEC sports regulations applied to this. Because if it does, you're going to see a very slow refuel. I don't think it will, because even the IMSA AI test session there had default global when it should have had the IMSA branding. So I can't see this working personally, but we'll see. Let's see.
Pit boxing 10.
It is a sporting regulation. You could use NEC ruling over tracks, but you could only do that in posted or league races. You couldn't do that, you know. That refueling looks pretty standard to me. That's not slow, is it? That looks pretty normal to me. Yeah, all right, still default. But again, it's going to give you an example. Give me fuel and tyres separate. Nah, it's not far. I think it's not faster. I think it's just exactly the same. I think it's just exactly the same. Yeah, I think it's just exactly the same. It was worth a try, right?
Okay, go.
The sporting reg updates makes this one of the best updates, in my opinion, in a very, very, very long time. I've been screaming for so long for wanting fuel and tyres to be separate in certain series so that, you know, we can have a bit more strategy in races. And we have that now. And that to me is better than probably any sort of track or car that you could bring out to me. You know, to have the races that competitive and that much fun. So yeah. We got the Formula V, haven't we, actually? If I'm being honest, I don't know a massive difference between the two. What is the difference between them, chat? I'm sure you guys will know. Just age and styling. Now, let me see if I can actually. Purchased already, isn't it? Okay, never mind. I'll quickly have a look, because that does look funky as hell, doesn't it? That's the default. That looks a little bit more forward, doesn't it? I suppose performance-wise, they wouldn't be any different, would they? Performance-wise, I just assume that they're not actually any different. Oh, yeah, car info, yeah. I don't think they're actually any different. Oh, look. Images aren't working. No different, are they? It's a reskin. Okay. Might quickly see what the what it looks like in the sim. Might quickly have a quick look to see what it looks like in the sim, actually. Is week 13 schedule available? I don't think it is yet. I can't do an AI race unless it's an AI single player at the moment. It's a bit balked. I can't imagine. Not no. Oh, it takes so long. I like that. I like that though. That looks very old school, doesn't it? That does look very old school with the almost like it's almost like a mini Batmobile kind of thing, you know? Very 50s F1, yeah. Little cutie, right? It looks like the steering wheel's the same. I don't think the steering's any different. No, it's still the same. I can't. It doesn't. Still, it's still the same. I wanted to quickly test something because there was something else in the notes. There was something else in the notes that I wanted to check. There is the V8 Evo, BMW, GTP. Don't really know how different that might be. I don't think there's any BOP changes. By the way, I'm a shameless shill, but we get early access every week 13. So if you do want to see early access, please do follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you very much. Right. I will try and go for everything that I can here. BOP wise, yeah. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything. I've got a sheet here. And I've searched for BOP, and the only thing about BOP was the P2 change into 2017 regulations. So don't actually think there's anything about BOP changes in terms of GT3s and stuff. So it doesn't look it. But yeah, the sporting regs is the biggest change for me. Right, new BMW, updated BMW GTP. Sound a little bit different. I haven't driven this thing in a long time. Sounds a bit different. Me?
Let's go.
Doesn't it? This feels glorious. I don't know if this had a. I don't know what setup this on. I've literally spent 24 hours driving the P2 at the track yesterday or over the weekend. This feels glorious over the curbs. I don't get slowdowns, but I felt very nice over the curves. We'll see the dash. God, that's so cursed on my monitors. It seems a lot quicker now, though. So much nicer over the curves compared to the V2. God. It was very nice, actually. Probably on some sort of default setup, so it's just super easy to drive. But this feels quite nice. Brakes. Ugh. Rapido though. She's lightning quick in a straight line. Now, unfortunately, it's still got that rattle, but you know, if the car does that IRL, what are you going to do about it? Really? That's how it sounds IRL, and that's how it sounds. But yeah, track map looks good, doesn't it? That's the job. Whoa. Spicy. Now, I think the wiper on the P2 is static, isn't it? I don't see it moves. The X tapes on the Porsche, yeah, sure, if you want to see that, yeah. The only thing I would say overlay-wise you need right now is, I would say, like, standings and, like, it's the pit information you can see in the standings with what other cars have done. Like, what you can get in the standing, if that makes sense. Like, overlays, standing in the top left, you can see what lap they pitted, how long they were in the pits for, total pit duration. You can see all that kind of stuff where you can't do that in this. And that when you're streaming like I do all the time and doing endurance racing, that kind of info you guys really like to see. So you can't.
You know what that is?
That would
Simply
probably
lovely.
still be a reason as to why to use one. But yeah, we're really close to the point where we don't really need overlays anymore. It's quite something. huge. The last 2 updates, the last 3 were new UI, and then last season's loads of quality of life updates, and this one as well. It's quite a lot. Not quality of life updates that we're getting at the moment. There has been a change to Sebring. Just an FYI. Have a quick look. Yes. Oh, I've left it with 30%. Watch it right now. The new M2 drives way better than the current M2, yes. I'll be honest with you. From reading the notes here, it's very much a small change. And we'll have a look. Well, you could see it straight away. It's much better for the pit exit there, I think. Oh, forget about the brakes and these things. Yes, lines up more IRL. Siberian, yeah, we've talked about it several times in the Discord, mate. Have you not seen? Yeah, unfortunately, again, I do not have access to that, so I can't. I would love nothing more to jump into this sim right now and load 128 cars at Nords. But I don't have that. That's alright, Siberia, mate. Yes, iRacing is testing the ability to have 128 cars on track. Just going to see this pit. Is it any different? I don't think it's any different. Is that... I feel like that's that wall. Is that new?
Pit boxing, 10, 5.
I feel like that's new.
3,
I feel like this
2,
is wider.
1, right here.
Pit lane's wider. There you go. That explains the pit wall there. And when you come out the pits, look, it's not trying to cut it there now. There's cones all the way. So you basically, you can't do what lots of people have done. I've been guilty of it. Is knock the cone off, and then people cut the pit exit because that last cone's disappeared, and then you get a penalty. So what people used to do is just knock is that cone, and then people would just go through it because it would be the last cone. It used to be the old last cone. Do T1 normally, please? Oh, I'll try, but these cold tyres are going to probably try and kill me, Tomo. We'll see if T1's any different. T1's narrower. Yeah, could be. Yeah, very much could be. Let's have a look. See what T1 looks like now. Whoops. Sorry.
Slow down. You got a penalty.
Slow down.
Cutting the course.
No, I don't think they touched the hairpin markers, mate. The notes say about the straight, and there's two other things, but they were, I think it's about how maybe like the things that come on the outside of the track, like the trucks, I think. Right. Yeah, it's definitely changed. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Oh, I'm not used to these brakes.
Slow down.
Yeah, T1's definitely different now.
Cutting the course.
Yeah, no kink anymore. That's better, isn't it? That's a nice update. Yeah, that is again, a small update, but like quality of life stuff and making things easier. That is really good. That's really nice. Just go for it one more time. Oh, the brakes! I can't get used to the brakes. Silly P2 driver. Right, try it again. Is there any sort of braking marker now for T1? Still wanted to go there. Any sort of braking marker? There isn't, is there? Wow. Damn, son. Visually, is there much change to the new the Evo version of the Beamer compared to the standard? The lights look a bit different to me, or it could just because I'm not used to this paint scheme. Front grille, smaller nose, it's smaller, yeah. Okay. What's the M2 like? The new M2 is very safe. exhaust different also. Yeah. They changed the LMP2 again? No. If you weren't here, Marcus, I said it, but there are new, basically from next season, there are new sporting regulations. So you can basically customize whether you have fuel and tires separate or fuel and tires at the same time, that kind of stuff. And there's a WSC 2017 rule for the LMP2s, which brings it back to 600 horsepower, 8,700 RPM, and you can take 30 kilos out of it as well to make it as if it was as fast as it was back in 2017. So, yeah, I don't think Road America's changed, mate. I don't think Road America's changed in this, mate. I don't think it's changed. There is, but it depends on the sporting regulations that are assigned to the official series that you are racing. A few people asked for Chicagoland Speedway. Don't have it. Don't have it. Right. Let me add to got rain possible. What? It's not possible. Okay. Let me buy. Whee! Oh, how big's the update? Oh no! It's 2.43 gig. Normally I could download that in seconds, but this build has a weird thing where it has like a...
You know what that is? Simply
just
lovely.
whatever, I think whatever server it goes to, it has like a max download speed, so it just means it's slow. Oh, the pork headlights, yeah. I'll show the pork headlights whilst I've got the chance, shall I? Whilst that's downloading. La, 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 la. Jesus, those layouts. Did you want to see the headlights? I don't think Road America's changed. I am not allowed to. There's been an update that I can't show you the Navy base track. Can't show you that yet. I'm not allowed to. Yeah, but Logan, I don't think it's ready for this season, mate. Well, there's the tape, guys. Yeah, I know they let him. I know they let him, but as things in life, things have changed. So maybe you might not see it anymore. Once it's been shown on the official iRacing thing and stuff like that, fine. But yeah, but there you go. There is the I think that is the tape on the P-cup lights. So yeah. I feel like I can just flash the headlights. So. Ooh. Our tyre temps tyre pressure's always been in red for the P-cup when they're low. Is that just the me thing? Always good. Well, my apologies. Just skip this, might do the pit limiter.
You cut that corner, we've got a throwdown penalty.
Forgot, I basically didn't drive this thing all season, last season. I forgot how quick this thing actually is now. Like with ABS and TC, this thing is rapid, isn't it? Oh, boo.
They're going to hold you for a while.
Still bouncing out, Matthew, so. Right. There you go. That pit speed thing right there, that seems to happen with every car that I've tested so far.
Right here.
You put it on, you cross the line, it's trying to like get it to the perfect amount, and then finally it will settle, and then it will just work. My eyes! Can't bloody see, mate. Don't matter if the tape's there or not, fella. You can't see the damn thing. Yeah, I'll get. Yeah, flat does sound good, doesn't it? Peak up just does sound good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Still downloading. Got a minute and a half and I can show you that. There's an Oran Park refresh as well. Gonna go in the Beamer, but there has been Oran Park Raceway refresh as well. I don't think this track exists anymore, but it's an artwork refresh. Significant overhaul, track surface, buildings, trackside objects, scenery have been updated. 3D foil has been updated. All texture shaders and lighting have been updated to current artistic standards. But this should look significantly different. We'll never know. My name is Basic Ollie. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Take care. Have a good one. Goodbye. Oh, let's reset the timer. Sick. Whoopsie. I told you it'd happen. I told you there was a chance it could happen. I will follow you. Right, let's try it again, shall we? This is well past my bed. You know, I've yesterday, so we did the 24 hours of Le Mans at the weekend. I fell asleep at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. I was asleep. I was Sparko. It's 10:30 now. Can I get out of the pits? Hooray! Right. You'll have to tell me. I don't race here very often, so you have to tell me once again if it's that much different. Yeah. Can honestly sit here and say I've driven around this park a lot. This track. So, yeah, I don't really know. At least, I think fair play to iRacing for updating an old track. You know, the track that doesn't exist anymore. To give it an artwork refresh. You know, for a track that doesn't exist anymore. That's pretty cool. At track. Should have downloaded by now, so we can have a quick look at that.
They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time game.
The rest of the trackers are too different. Fair enough. All right, let's see if we can try that track then, shall we? What was it called again? Cargo Land. Oh. So this track procedure is significant art overhaul, track surface, buildings, fences. You're never gonna find out, baby. You are never gonna find out. Right, bear with me. $15 well spent. Fun fact about this build, which is pretty cool. Basically, in this build, there's an imaginary debit card, whatever, credit card, whatever you want to call it. That you add, and you can add as much. I'm not going to be able to show you, unfortunately. It's not working. You can add as much money to the sim as you like. So I don't know what the maximum amount of credit is, but yes, you can have a lot. You can have a lot. Yeah, it just adds to the sim, and there you go. We find out now. I'd rather not, just in case, because I don't want to add like £1,000 or $1,000 to it, and they go, Ollie, why have you added 1,000? I was even temperamental about adding the about adding 200, to be honest, because I thought they would say about it. But yeah, damn right. I think pretty much going to be my 2 hours up there, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that start at 8:30. It's pretty much going to be my 2 hours up there. So yeah, I hope I've showed a quite a large part of it. I'm sorry if there's a few things that I've not been able to show you, but yeah, like I said, the most significant thing for me, track map's cool, fuel calculator is very cool, and Sebring being updated again, pretty cool, and those new reg changes, amazing, absolutely amazing. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, but like I said, all that I ask is that you subscribe and go on YouTube and follow on Twitch on the way out. Anyways, it has been a pleasure. We'll be back again tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll find out. But ciao. Have a good one. Thank you very much, boys and girls. See you tomorrow.